Hi, I'm Carlotta A, and I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering in the Lawrence J. Giacoletto Endowed Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering. And I am also an open source hardware trailblazer. This is my first blog, and today I'm going to share with you a little bit about my work as an endowed chair as well as an open source hardware trailblazer, where I talk about robotics for the streets, from outreach to education to research. And I will share a little bit about my summer research projects in order to create a guidebook for academics to engage in open source hardware. Please come along, and I hope you enjoy. So here is the plan for robotics for the streets, from outreach to education to research. The first step is we are going to create a mobile robot platform that is flexible enough to be used for outreach, education, and research, and this will all be documented in the academics guidebook. It's going to be appropriate for everyone from novice to expert levels in robotics, where it is actually scaled up by the needs of the user. By making everything open source, that individual would be able to do that. It's also modular enough to be able to be modified to add and remove sensors and peripherals and the controller as needed by the user. For example, you could use an Arduino Uno or an Arduino Mega, or you could use an Arduino Nano IoT, a small breadboard or a large breadboard, different motors as well as wheels, or you could swap out sonar for IR, etc. And everything will be documented on several websites, from every open source part, including the Tinkercad design of the mobile robot system, the Arduino coding and software, and all 3D printer files will be provided to users, and then anything else will be just an off-the-shelf part. So here is our mobile robot development plan. Phase 1 is our hardware plan in full swing right now, and this is going to happen during Q1 over the course of the next year. And so for that part, we are going to make all of our 3D printer parts in Tinkercad and print them on the printers. And then we are going to add breadboards and a controller, as well as the battery pack, the wheels, the motors, encoders, sonar, IR, or anything else to make the robot platform work. And then in phase 2, which happens in the second quarter of the year, we are going to develop software at various levels along with the documentation, assignments, learning objectives, and videos to show how to make low-level functions work on the robot, as well as higher-level basic behaviors onto a full control architecture, such as hybrid, deliberative, or behavior-based control. Then in phase 3, we get into the advanced topics of robotics to get ready for senior level undergraduate students or undergraduate students doing research, or going on to graduate students who would do research. And this would include navigation, SLAM, teaming, swarming, human-robot interaction, or human-robot interfaces. So some of the deliverables for this project include things for outreach, education, as well as for research. So outreach would be obviously the things I've already shared, such as all of the development files, the code, the video, the images, the software. And then for education, we would add lectures, PowerPoint slides, labs, homework, quizzes, all the type of activities that you would take to assess the learning of the students who are engaging in this work. Phase 3 is the control architectures, where we once again include software, videos, lectures, labs, etc., as well as artifacts that an educator could use to assess learning. And then phase 4 is where we're transitioning for an advanced robotics student or a graduate student who will engage in research. And we look at the goals for that work, as well as the type of activities they could take on, and that will happen in May of 23, which is actually the end of the research program. And so as part of our dissemination plan, some of the things will be put on various websites, because a mission for this work is also to include diversity, equity, inclusion, and justice in robotics and STEM education. And this is also the work of Black in Robotics and Black in Engineering. So by making everything open source and putting it on a variety of platforms, we make it available to more people outside of just academia as well. So there will be posts on YouTube, social media, as well as blog posts on my academic website. There will be repositories. We will use surveys to survey academics in their use of this platform and whether it was able to meet their needs. And it will also be put on Hackster as well as Instructables. So as part of that education research, The videos, the lectures, the assignments, labs, and that guidebook for the academics will also be available as part of the blog post on the academic website. And then as part of the dissemination of the research in order to educate a larger community about the work, there will be journals, articles, conference papers, talks, and demonstrations. So please come back for video block 2 so you can take a tour of my research lab.